Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today got Hatchet.
And over the years, it's become, I'm going to police this guy and I'm going to do this. That's not an outlaw way. That's more thinking like police. And that's what actually causes a lot of drama. And I believe it. Once you start telling a guy he can't do that, guess what? We all grew up in the 80s and 90s, most of us. And, we didn't really give a shit. Metallica used to be devil music, remember?
Yeah.
Now it's not even close to it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he committed a crime because he was listening to Metallica. Remember?
Yeah, that one case where they called the kids the cult and they didn't know what they were getting into. And that one kid got murdered.
Yeah,
and all these guys
matter of fact, right?
Yeah, it was. And they prosecuted them just because of the music that they were listening to
and the way they looked. Yeah,
the way they looked,
trench coats and all that.
And a lot of biker on biker violence is normally they know each other. They know each other, and they're trying to get this team to go after this team go after this team. And, I tell people all the time, old school way, go outside, beat each other with a baseball bat, brass knuckles, chains. And if you have to, stab them in the ass cheek with the knife. Get it out of your system, right? And you'll be shocked how many people in higher ranking members of clubs believe in that way. They're like, yeah, we should do that. That'd be fun.
Do you think that they could set up boxing matches between the other clubs?
Now, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. You want to settle your beef, go ahead, just go in the boxing ring, knock each other out.
And then whoever wins got the bragging rights, right?
Yeah, because nobody wins in a street shootout. Nobody wins.
No.
Everybody pays for it, and it doesn't matter. And then when you get locked up on the inside, you have to be friends.
Yeah. And that's how it is, right? If you get arrested, you go to prison. Like when that big Waco thing happened, they were locked up with each other, all of them.
Well, they weren't locked up in the same cells. So they had a pot over here for this MC and pot over here for this MC. They segregated them by their colors.
But when you do get into
prison,
when you go to prison, clubs have to get along.
Yep, they do. And that's just, if you're going to fight it out on the street, then, your brother's on the inside. And then when you get out, and that's how a lot of people are like, hey, you have a lot of ex-members that would never even talk to each other until they were out of the club and they find out, hey, I like that guy. No, I like that guy. Me and him think the same way. And that's how I live. That is how I live.
Yeah, a lot of these people, if they weren't in that club, they would probably be in your club. Like, you guys are similar people. You just wear a different patch.
Yep, and a lot of people call them bylaws or the Constitution or something like that. If you really looked at everyone's bylaws, they're pretty much the same. It's just that they found their group of people, their brothers, and that's who they love. They associate themselves with.
It's pretty wild, man. Now let's talk about the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood. They're stirring up a lot of beef recently. They're bringing up a lot of big club names, and they're talking crazy on the internet. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. My thoughts on that is they're a bunch of clowns, and they'll never leave their house. I've been watching them over the years. They've even called me out, and I have a chapter out there now, and a lot of people ain't happy about it, but it is what it is. I laugh at those all the time. I get sent more videos of them than I do anything else. And it's all comedy.
Yeah, when you see it, did it make you angry or is it just funny to you?
Well, at first, when they called me out, it pissed me off. But then over the last year, I'm like, man, it just become comedy. And I would never call out the MCs that they have to be protected by something. They have to be. You know what I mean?
Insane, the things that they're saying about big clubs.
It is really insane. And it's not just one big club. It's been all the big clubs. And I'm sitting back like, there's going to be one guy out there that absolutely doesn't know what he's doing, and he's going to set off a chain of events that's going to pretty much hurt the culture.
They're gonna regret opening their mouth about it. But I don't wish harm on nobody. Listen, we don't wish harm on anybody.
Yeah, and then what it's going to do is, because they had so much social media, that it's going to backlash on every MC that they ever called out till they figure out who it was. I know one guy
that's not even a part of a club that can go slap him.
I was about to say that there's one guy who's following me, and they don't realize that, you have brothers, and then you have brothers, and then you have guys that want to be your brothers. And when they were talking about me, this dude was actually literally going to Colorado. And I called him and I said, man, turn the fuck around. And he was autistic. So he couldn't understand, what the difference is between reality and not reality.
I've had that happen. I've had someone that was running their mouth about me, and this other person was like, I'm on my way. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, right. There's no reason for it to go there, man.
Yeah, you have to talk that dude off the ledge.
Yeah.
And you don't even know the guy. Like, he just seen you on social media, so he's like, now I know how Hollywood famous people are. Like, it was like, I only got 10,000 followers, man. I don't need to be popular. And the only reason why I got on social media is because of my brother, Jester, and the case popped up. And I was so mad over it. And a lot of people said, hey, if you want to say something, say it. And just get it off your chest. So I did. And now, if I disappear for a week off of it, I will have all these people message me, hey, bro, you okay? What's going on? It's like, man, I just needed a break.
You started getting popular, and a lot of people watch you. You got a lot of interactions with people, right?
Yep, I have a lot of interactions. And really, the only reason why I really wanted to do social media was because of child support. I absolutely hate that program. I do. And it ruins... It's against your constitution. It ruins the family matter, home, and it drives weapons between parents, and it's just crazy. And that's the only thing that I wanted to really preach about. And then, of course, all the federal laws that came with it. Foster care, understand foster care. But then all of a sudden people were like, hey, man, can you teach biker protocol? Now, when I teach biker protocol, it's not about everybody else's club. It's about my club. That's what I learned. I learned the hard way, black eyes and apple pies. I had my patches for a week, and they stripped me back down to a prospect. So I've learned the hard way.
But I see you now, right? I see you with making videos, teaching prospects how to ride. That was an awesome video with you teaching that guy how to ride.
So that's the one thing. Diesel from Twin Peaks, his twin brother, Pimp, he's the one that taught me how to ride. And so that was just a part of my growing up into the MC. So I am willing to teach my guys how to ride. And a lot of my bros are like, man, this like we're waiting on this guy. He's slow, and so I make them teach them. And then I blow them out of the water so they can remember that they once were slow and then that's just my joy of it. I even teach my nieces and nephews how to ride. We bought a bunch of Groms.
It was a great video.
Yeah, we put them all out on Groms and just like, all right, we'll have them riding next to the pack. And of course, we can't show those videos because we might be on the streets and like that. And then they get the tags and they send us tickets.
You guys are in packs. It's a huge pack, man.
So Memorial pack, that was a big pack. We don't really like all coming together and ride in big packs because it puts a target on you. And it's not a target on you by other clubs. It's a target on you by law enforcement. So Memorial, we love to come all together and all the states come in and we all ride with each other. But this year, that was only a couple of our chapters. But that's just because the time of the year and things are hard on everybody for the last 2 years. It's been kind of hard.
So what's in store for the future for you, man?